video, what I wanted to go through really is the property market right now at the beginning of July 2023. I always like to explain what is selling, what sort of properties are selling, what properties are sticking, and what can be done about them. And just a few little tips, I think, that if you're on the market at the moment that you might find very interesting. So first of all, let's go into what properties are currently selling. So I've got a whole range of properties on, from basically a £200,000 retirement flat in Boreham Wood currently, all the way up to a £1.3 million lovely house in Shenley. And I've got many over £1 million. I've got £1 million in Oxley, in Watford, in Radlett, in Edgware. And they're not creating a lot of interest, those £1 million. I've then got the next tier down, which is basically like the 800, 750, 800s up to £1 million. And they are creating some interest. In fact, I've got one right now that I've stuck into auction and I expect it to sell today or tomorrow, which is incredible. And that's a house in Edgware. Now, that level is getting interest, getting offers. And I have sold, I sold a £700,000 in Hendon a few weeks ago. And, the interest is coming in that price range. The biggest house price range bracket that doesn't seem to be really affected by what's happening out there are the lower end house prices. So, you're sort of 350 up to 500,000, 550, maybe up to 600. They're still selling very well, and flats are going very well indeed also. So what's the reason behind this? Because obviously there are buyers in every price range, but there are not proceedable buyers in every price range. And what I'm finding here also, for example, if we look at the flats, well, flats are great. First-time buyers are out there at the moment. Those that have got their mortgages approved in principle are actually in a rush to find a property, because obviously they want to get in, secure that mortgage deal that they've currently got. So flats are moving well. However, please bear in mind that somebody that would have had a, say, £300,000 budget a year ago, it's more likely going to be about 250 to 275, because their repayments are going to be, that much more. So their affordability would have brought them down now by about £30,000 to £50,000. And that is drawing the market down a little bit on the first-time buyers. First-time buyers are also in a situation where they can buy the £500,000 house if they're in that fortunate enough position. But because flats are selling, then the flat people that have got their flats under offer right now are moving up to the next bracket, which is the £500,000 and beyond. Okay, so what you've got is you've basically got flats are selling quite well. First-time buyers are out there either buying flats or buying up to your £500,000 houses. They're going very quickly. So again, you haven't got loads of buyers, but those that are out there right now, they're seeing a property and they're making a decision very, very fast. And hence the fact of why I get a property on at that sort of price range, it's selling like that. Next thing you've got though is then you've got the next tier price range, that sort of £600,000 to £800,000 price range. And those people are generally coming from a property that might be a little sticky to sell. If they're coming from a flat, then that's great. They generally will be under offer quite quickly and they can then go up. So then they'll be available to buy. But the reason why the high-end properties are just sticking right now and they're getting maybe one viewing, and it's not just me, I'm talking about my experience, but I'm talking around all of my colleagues, not just EXP estate agents, but I deal with all estate agents. We're in chains together, we chat, we discuss the market. The £1 million plus properties are generally coming from someone that is certainly not a first-time buyer and somebody that needs to get under offer. What they need to have under offer is their £600,000-700,000 property. They are not viewing properties until they're under offer. So you've got this sort of like basically this hold up on the higher end. Now, while that's going on, you've got options. So these are the options for you with your £1 million plus property. Option number one is you are patient, because that buyer will eventually get themselves freed up and come around and hopefully like your property more than the others, and that would be great. You've then got option number two, which is to keep reducing down your price until you get into that bracket where you do find the buyer, and the buyer will be grateful because they're obviously getting a better deal, but that doesn't necessarily help you as the seller. So what can you do about this to help yourself? Well, the first thing as a seller is do not impose restrictions. And what I mean by not imposing restrictions are, number one, make your property available anytime. Okay, even if it's not convenient, make it convenient. Prioritize the viewing time slot. If your agent calls up and says, I've got someone who wants to see it tomorrow, and you're thinking, oh, I can't do it then, do it then. Okay, if you want to sell your property, let people come around when they want to see it, because that may be the only viewer you're going to get for a long time. So that's number one. Number two, get a board up outside your property. This is a real, never more important than it is right now. Have a for sale board. Reason being that a lot of people will be driving past your property and having a look at it, and they don't know what the price is. So then they'll phone the agent, and the agent can then at that point do whatever they need to do to try to get the viewing, try to get you into the property. If you don't have a board, your buyers are only reliant upon what they're seeing on the internet. And if they're looking on the internet and they feel it's too much money, they won't come and see it. Number three, do not put, and I say this all the time, and I seem to be fighting a losing battle with this, please do not get your agent to put offers in excess of, because that is the kiss of death. If you've got 10 buyers out there right now and you've written offers in excess of whatever it is, £1 million, and they're prepared to pay 950,000. Let them come and see your property. They won't come and see it if it says offers in excess of. Even if you won't accept the 950,000, it's down to your agent then to negotiate and get them up. But without them coming in the first place, you're not going to get any interest at all. Offers in excess of, as far as I'm concerned, needs to be removed from the property portals. It does nothing but damage. Offers in excess of is amazing when you're in a climbing, busy, hustle, bustle market. That's perfect. But when the market is declining at the moment, get rid of that offers in excess of. And basically, those are my tips for today. So, yeah, these are the things. This is what's happening. It's as of July the 5th, 2023. This is what's happening out there in the property market. It's remaining positive. It's remaining buoyant. I am still selling, and I've had a brilliant few weeks selling. And in fact, I should be agreeing 3 sales this week. So I'm happy. But I've still got properties that are getting nothing whatsoever, not a single dicky bird. And I've tried. I've used these strips, what I'm saying now, I've used these strategies on my vendors, but they're not prepared to even listen. So if you're out there, if you want to listen, speak to your agent, speak to me, see if I can help you. And remember, my golden nugget, do not sign a long contract with your estate agent. No more, please, no more than 4 weeks. Have a great week. Speak to you next week. Mark Stern, your friendly personal estate agent.